Hey guitar students, and welcome to another East Lothian Guitar Lessons study guide, and today we're going to break down the strumming section for page 2 of the Rockschool version of Shallow from their grade 2 book. So this is page 2. This is starting at about bar 21, so the second line of page 2. And it's the second, I call it the second part of the chorus, because the first part of the chorus has an arpeggiated picking section, which I've already done a breakdown of, and you can check that out in a previous video. Of course, please subscribe to my channel. That'd be fantastic if you're not already subscribed. It really helps me out. And click the like bell. That would be great. Thank you. Alright, well, let's get into this. So you have a very basic strumming pattern that runs through the whole of this section, and it's just really one strumming pattern. So we'll concentrate on that first so that you can get that down. And then there are a couple of variations on that, which are fairly straightforward, and we'll do those towards the end. Okay, so let's start first of all with just the basic strumming pattern that you need to do. Okay, your basic strumming pattern is really just a downstroke on the first beat, and then every other beat you're going to play a down and an up. So what that means is you're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and that's it. That's the basic strumming pattern. If you can get that together, then the rest of the modifications and variations on that will be fairly easy for you. So I'm going to do that a little bit slowly and just break it down again. So on beat 1 you got 1, then you have 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so what does that sound like in time with an actual rhythm? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 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 there's your strumming pattern and what it sounds like. So what I would recommend you do at this point is just take one chord, probably the A minor, because that's the first chord in that sequence, and really just practice on that, like I did there, just repeating several bars as long as you need to until you can get it. Then you can start changing the chords. So let's do a little recap on that. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And again. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now apply that same rhythm to all of the chords in this sequence. So here I'm going to play through the whole sequence of chords, and then we'll look at a couple of variations. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and there you go. That's your strumming sequence right there with the chord progression. Okay, so what are the variations that we need to do? Well, the first variation is in bar 21. This is the second ending of the top line. So in the top line you play 4 bars, which are basically picked or arpeggiated, and in the last bar of that top line you have a first ending. So you play from the first bar to the end of that line, and you go back and you repeat that line until you get to the end of bar 3 of that line, and you then, instead of playing bar 4, you move on to the next line and play the second ending, which is indicated with a little 2 with a line across the top of that bar, and that's the E minor 7 chord sequence, which is bar 21, the first bar of line 2 on page 2. And you're going to play your E minor 7 chord. Now, probably the best way to voice this or fret this is with first finger, second finger, and your pinky on the 3rd fret. And what you're going to do is you're going to apply that exact same strumming pattern, which is rhythm pattern, I should say, which is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. But what you're going to do is you're going to do it all with downstrokes. This is to give it more power. We're coming out of a section and starting a new section. So this bar that we're playing with the E minor 7 chord is the end of the first section, and it's leading us into the next section, which is the A minor chord with the strumming. So you want to come out of that with a fair bit of power. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by just playing it quietly and building it up. That's what the marker means with the sort of cone that gets bigger and wider as you go across the bar. Okay, so here's the strumming pattern again. This time we're going to do it all with downstrokes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Except you want to go from quiet to loud. So there's your first variation, that is bar 21. And that's going to lead you into bar 22, which is the first chord of our A minor chord progression. And here is your second variation. So you're still, this time you're going back to down up, okay? So you're going to be doing some upstrokes. But if you look carefully at the music, you're not going to play the first strum on beat 3. So beat 3, which is a downstroke, you miss that out, and you're going to come back in on beat 3.5. So I'm going to do this really slowly and count it. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So I still did the down strum, I just didn't play the strings on beat 3. Okay, I'm going to play that at full speed. Once you get into the next bar, which is a D, it's exactly as I showed you at the start. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The next variation, it's not really a variation, the strumming pattern and the rhythm pattern are exactly the same. But what we have is a chord change in the middle of the bar. So we have G, 1, 2, and change to the D chord. And that's your third variation. As I say, the actual rhythm pattern and the strumming pattern are exactly the same as our main pattern that I showed you at the start, but we're just changing chords halfway through. Okay, now we have an E minor 7. This is bar number 25. So the third line on page 2. And this time you start off the same, so it's E minor 7, beat 1, beat 2, and then instead of playing beat 3, you're going to play on beat 3.5. Okay, so you're just arpeggiating first string, second string, third string, so that's. That takes us into bar 26, A minor chord, and this is the same as the A minor chord above it. So we're going to miss out the downstroke on beat 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and back to the D with an F sharp, and this is exactly the main riff, or the main rhythm. So 1, 2, and now we're into the last line. So this is a G chord, and this is all arpeggiated. So go G note, 1, 2 and 3, and then 4 and. Okay, and then second last bar, it's really the last bar that you actually play anything in, because all you're doing in the very last bar of the piece is just holding the last note. But here we go, we're going to play off an E minor 7 chord, so get your E minor 7 ready, and you're going to play 1, 2, 3, sorry, let me count that properly, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so at full speed. Okay, now the tricky thing about that particular bar is that you have a big string skip really at the start, so you're playing this one, and you're launching all the way up to this string here, so jumping up again to your E string, jump over all these, and play that low E. Okay, so that's it. That is the breakdown for the Rockschool Grade 2 version of Shallow, and I hope you find that useful. Thanks very much for watching, and please hit the like button, and I will see you next time for an East Lothian Guitar Lessons study guide. Bye bye. Happy practicing.